Alright, friends. We are back. Welcome to Roleplaying Unlimited presents Open Table Tuesday. Session 19. Just about a solid 20 here, friends, on our Tuesday night sessions, the one that started it all. I, of course, am your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live from the 100th Meridian, where the Great Plains begin. First and foremost, before we get into the game, just have to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of a dear friend. Ben has been with Roleplaying Unlimited before it was Roleplaying Unlimited, back when it was just a group of friends hanging out and gaming. And it's been a long ride for 24 years here with one of my truest brothers here, my only Hawaiian brother. And we are definitely going to miss you, Ben. And we will get into a more firm commemoration for you on Saturday. We got a lot to talk about. I got a lot of pictures. And just so many good times, dude. So that being said, we do have a game in progress for tonight, friends. We have a group of players gathered in our open table chat right here, and we're gonna wish you all a good evening and get this game going here. Hope you're all having a good day so far.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hey.
So we're not actually outside here anymore. I think I'm gonna move us back to here for the time being, I suppose. Good God, which frickin' map was it? This one?
It's the one that collapsed.
Yeah. I can't see it until I get to it, unfortunately. That's ironically a secondary detail. So this map looks accurate, minus the fucking instant gag reflex I get here. Let's get rid of some of that. These potion crates are long since drunk. Your tokens are a bit out of date as well for many of you. We can see just how far back this goes. There's our brother right there. Otherwise, let's get this up to specs. I mean, it's not even truly important. We don't really need to be here on this map, but I guess
this
visually,
is just where we're finding the.
It's
the
what's
loot and
important,
everything.
right? And Chad's never been here before, so at the very least, have a look around at the catastrophe that kicked this show off. And I don't know exactly yet in what capacity I'm going to do this, but I do think at least one of Ben's characters I will probably take over as an NPC just to kind of keep them with the group. But I don't, again, know like exactly in what capacity, if it's going to be this group, if Veridar is going to be in a different group, if it's... I'm sure it's going to be Veridar, but I know he had a couple characters. Oh man, so many.
I apparently don't have vision for what you're looking at.
Well, that's good news.
Changes every map.
Yep.
First thing I want to do is figure out how we can save
Yordle.
Well, let's definitely bring that in game for show. And I guess the only thing to do here is to create Chad the Fourth. He's only been with us 2 or 3 weeks, and yet he's already had numerous offspring to carry on the family name, since the token doesn't ever want to set correctly.
Well, that's what happens with all this teleportation. You're creating clones of yourself.
For real.
That seems very logical.
No, he's just reproducing like a rabbit.
Has this dude got like normal human vision, or has he got like special elf eyes?
He's got straight up human vision.
Alright. Night vision. Not night vision.
No night vision, yeah.
Alright, roll 20.
I got you now. I can see it.
Oh, you can definitely see now. My bigger concern is when we get to the next map and I drag your token out, you're going to be like, I just see pitch black, and I'm going to just, like, try to remove individually what little hair I have left here on this fucking dome. What's happening, Rosie? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so, yeah, feel free to wander around here. Don't mind... Well, just delete it, so there is no don't mind. You were about to run into the Ultra Dracolich again, but it is not here. And we do see way over here our chest of holding that got buried in the Rebel, so I know that was an object we wished to reclaim. And I do believe this is what was inside of there, less anything that had been taken.
I believe so, yes.
Can I stake claim on a couple of those healing potions?
I think what we should do is long rest so that we could heal up.
Who took the belt of giant strength?
That went to somebody.
I'm very curious myself because I did a live game prep stream and did a random targeted player character roll, and that Belt of Giant Strength was specifically targeted for Grant. And I remember once it came into game, there was a lot of discussion, and Grant willingly let another player take it. So I was just like, what? Okay.
Did that go to That's what Twinkle has, right?
Well, no, I have my own.
Yeah, he
because
started
there
with
was
one.
Different...
Oh.
Yeah, he's got one through a different source.
Yeah, I forget who got that one.
I'm inclined to think it's one of our characters who
I think one of them
took their belt and went home. So
Yeah.
that is a sad, unfortunate series of events. But what you gonna do, brother? Did we? I'm inclined to say we also went through those potions and divvied them out, but I'm not positive.
I think we did, yes.
Otherwise...
all those potions were handed out. The ointment went to one of the players that also left us. So.
Gotcha. Did we also
I
did
do
the
recall that.
fire breath potions?
Yes. Yeah, I
Okay.
remember people talking about those.
I do recall
Yeah,
that in some
yeah, those
respect. Okay.
Definitely got handed out.
Somebody also expressed interest in the pipe, but I don't recall anybody actually claiming it.
I don't think anyone actually took it.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just leave the ganja pipe right there. I could use one of those +2 to my perception check. This thing just drops it and implies disadvantage. But yes, no initiative, no traps that you might set off? Maybe? I don't know. You've already wandered through this layer and destroyed a lot of it, so presumably you have free movement here.
I have the
Oh.
belt of giant strength.
Ah, very good.
Oh, that's where it went. This shield can be deleted because this was handed out.
Oh, I gotcha.
What do I keep hitting?
Okay, so shall we rest and go over what items we're going to distribute to everyone?
Do we have the items at this point, or are we looking for the horde?
It kind of gels together. At this point, we are now going through looking for the horde, but since we've already kind of
We
facilitated
know
that,
there's a horde. It's a dragon.
Right.
I have the belt of giant strength.
Very cool. Yeah. Thank you. I like that it went to somebody who's still here.
That's still
And-
here.
I honestly don't know how I got it. I just remembered you guys saying take it, and I was like, okay.
Hey, that works. That works.
Is there
Yeah,
anything from the
I
horde that
mean-
you could use?
Do what now?
Ripper, is there anything from the horde that you could use? Because you have to attune to that, right?
I didn't know I had to attune to the belt.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you have to attune. Yep.
Yeah, I would assume he did so long ago. Otherwise, he's just kind of
Absolutely.
been he's been
Yeah.
taking it for a trial run.
Yes.
I know our group at least got that free long, or no, that was Wednesday. This group got a long rest at some point. I'm positive.
Well, I'm
We
attuned
have,
to two
yes, we
things
did,
then:
we did.
the axe and the belt.
Yeah, you definitely also attuned to the Vorpal Great Axe that you found back in a previous area.
Yep.
And if you happen to wander
So I do
all the
have
way
detect
to
magic
the
as I'm walking around, by the way.
Cool. Nothing that we haven't already discovered in text play anyway, but if you do happen to wander southeast towards that egress from this area, that will take you another 10 or 15 feet down a passage that looks very similar like the one right here Asila Tim is already in, before it comes to a dead end. I think I just neglected to actually cap that corner off, but it is not intended to go anywhere else. Otherwise, yep, we've got all the items in the Dracolich horde on in the Discord. We've already started divvying through some of them. A long rest has been proposed, which sounds like a solid deal. Tassara's token looks horribly out of date. Can't imagine she only has 47 HP.
Oh wow, look at that.
Let's delete that and bring in. Perfect. I don't know why she still says Tassara 2.0. We can fix that. Yes. Link that up. And then, of course, I know Grant is also very interested in rescuing his brother.
Yep.
Cousin, compatriot,
So,
whatever.
if we have the horde wherever it's at, and we've identified it, then I can resurrect him. I'll have to attune to the staff, this white staff, and then we can bring him back.
Gotcha. Most of the
yes,
horde
please.
It
is
has
contained
not been too long
in here.
over in here. Gotcha.
Yep, and then the area just above that. This is actually where the phylactery
Gotcha,
originally
the
was,
more.
in here.
But if,
I
but I'm-
will
if
be
I'm
able
not
to
wrong,
bring Yordle back.
Yay!
the phylactery is missing again, correct?
Correct. In our first encounter with this thing, here in its lair, it was pressed up against the wall sufficiently to where it grabbed its phylactery and then teleported away after it was buried in the rubble here and presumed dead.
So we probably want to find that.
I know where it is.
I am very pro phylactery.
Oh,
So can you
gosh.
still hear me on here?
I've been waiting 2 weeks to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hilarious.
Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while?
Arm Ripper's talk button is like, it's
I was wondering,
pressed.
because, yeah, I'm getting, like, a lot of just constant I was going to suggest one thing. It might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but if you go to the Discord settings, there is a noise filtration setting, which I know for my part helps alleviate some of this fan that's blowing right on me. But ideally, hopefully, the push to talk just will resolve itself and do what it's supposed to.
Well, it always makes me push to talk, and now it's just letting me talk freely. So I'm trying to stay quiet. But where's this? I'm under voice and video.
Okay, let me check something here.
Never mind. I'll figure it out. Noise suppression standard. Okay.
Cool,
Got it.
cool.
I have a
And
question.
speak
So
there.
I added my Sword of Answering to my character sheet, but apparently I don't know if you added it, Daniel, but now I have 4 Sword of Answerings. And I'm not sure if I should delete. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I heard somebody go out and I didn't know if it was me. So I didn't know if it was 1 die 8 slashing or 1 die 10 slashing. Because I have 2 different ones, oddly enough.
That's because that's a long sword. If you use it with one hand, it's a D8. If you two-hand it, it's a D10.
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome.
Correct. So I deleted the extra 1 that was in your inventory, and then I'm moving the item up here in your attack block so that it's more accessible. Longbow +3 should also probably be up there. Anybody who
Awesome,
has a
thank you.
blaster rifle that they obtained via Star Wars Crew, we are now officially hybridizing the Star Wars 5e system. So those blasters just got nerfed down to a die 8 energy instead of 3 die 8. So they're effectively energy longbows now. Otherwise, everything looks okay here on this character sheet. Yep.
Did I hear you say something about a +3 longbow?
That was
correct.
probably her.
That was hers. That's
Yeah,
hers.
she's had one for a number of weeks now, but for some reason it was like near the bottom of her attack block, so I just shuffled it to the top.
Okay. I got excited for a second.
Sorry.
Hey, it's good. At least somebody in the party's got that.
Yeah, if you're a new character, you've got some oomph with your character levels, but magic item-wise, we might be a little bit lacking, so definitely keep that in mind for any new characters that join in. Magic items are kind of a luxury, not a necessity in 5e. Agree to disagree, whatever the case may be. They're not as imperative as they might have been in previous editions. But even still, we've got a healthy amount of them here, so it may behoove us to ensure that everyone is properly equipped. Something tells me Arm Ripper's token is all fucked up too. Go ahead, Grant.
So remember how I asked you about multi-classing Yordle before?
Yeesh.
Yeah, and so you said I could, and I was
Yeah.
gonna do Paladin, and so one of those things. There's a Paladin on that list. Can he have it?
What are you talking about? The Holy Avenger?
Yep.
But he's dead.
I
I
have
think
no
that's
say in that one way
that's
or
a
the other.
group thing, but yeah, that's a group call.
Group, what do you think?
I don't mind.
have an issue as long as you could bring him back from the dead.
Well, yeah, Westy said he's gonna.
Correct. With using the white staff of the necromancer,
What is it? Raised Dead?
I can bring him back. Raised dead. Correct.
Raised Dead.
It does have the 10-day limitation.
Correct. Which, fortunately, we are well within. Yep, doesn't remove magical diseases, curses, or similar effects. Not an issue. The creature does return to life with 1 hit point. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks each time the target finishes a long rest. No, we may not spam long rest, long rest, long rest, long rest. I will fuck you up! The penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears. So that is the
Let's just take a
downside.
vacation.
That is the downside of Resurrection, is your character is going to be at a limitation there for a good while. We've already seen that with a few of our characters.
And that's fine.
Pretty awesome though.
Oh yeah. If we do spam 4 rests, rest assured that the villains are up to all kinds of nefarious ill shit.
So I
Yeah,
take the
no,
blaster
no.
rifle from 3d8 to 1d8 now, right?
Yes, sir. Otherwise, it functions the same. The range is the same. It still has unlimited ammunition until you roll a natural 1, at which point the power pack depletes and you just need to swap out a new one. If we have a new one, that's kind of an issue as well, but once we cross that veil between this sector of the galaxy and the Star Wars sector of the galaxy, or somebody vice versa, that connection will be a little bit more intact. And or when Meridian finally fucking gets resurrected.
By the way, that was just all pretty epic. Just still, it's very epic.
Which part?
All of it.
All of it.
Okay. Thank you. I am enjoying all of these games for show.
So, should I trigger a long rest on my character then?
Let's see. It is the start of a new gaming month, so those of you who are T3s, bear in mind you get a free long rest once during this month of August. Otherwise, let's check. Let's check no further.
So, do I get that amulet that was listed for me as possibly, or should I just sell it? I do have one extra thing I
Well,
can do.
so that's the thing. So, if there's probably better things out there for you. Looking at what we have, again, thinking that we might need to equip other allies in the future, we wouldn't want to go empty-handed in that regard. We can approximately, assuming certain values of certain items, we can roughly each obtain 150,000 gold worth of assets here.
If you save it for someone who could use it in
The
the
staff
future,
here,
I'm fine with that.
I mean, or we can sell some of that stuff in the future, but not accounting for items unclaimed. We would have 150,000 gold worth of items to sell here. So between this art and the gems and the actual gold, and then if we deduct values of an item, so the Staff of the Magi here, we could call 75,000 gold. That crazy looking sword there, pointing at Sword of Cast, that's probably 150,000. I don't know. Those are awfully rare. That's an artifact level there.
Yeah, who's got the Sword of Cass, and how am I bringing Vecna into this?
Whoa, hold up. Vecna?
Well, we do have the Sword of Cass.
That's
so
what
it's,
the sword is meant for.
Do it. Do
I would have identified
Do
it
it.
and said, yeah,
Do
this is a evil
it.
sword.
Ah!
I can learn more later, but I don't have the material components for it, so
for the legend
it's
lore?
nasty though.
Also, I see every...
I did actually take legend lore. I just don't have the components for it.
Good
Well,
man, good
so-
man. I appreciate that. I like that. It's called foresight.
You know, and I also see that several people have full hit point bars that probably shouldn't, because whenever you add a level, it automatically restores all your hit points. So if you can remember, you should be about where you were plus the hit point gain from your last level, which is only 8 hit points.
Very true. I think Westy did a
True.
long rest at the end
I
of
actually
last
used
month.
my long rest capability.
But otherwise, yeah, I think
I've done
maybe
that twice.
Arm Ripper is not like I'm unscathed,
Sorry, yeah,
motherfuckers.
would be low.
But yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I can't remember. I can't
Right.
remember at all.
At this point, it's
I
kind of-
feel like we've gone to so many places.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of arbitrary. I guess it depends on what kind of random encounter we're looking at here, because we're trying. I don't like to assume one way or the other, but where are we long resting?
See, that's my bad. I thought leveling up was a magical experience that just healed all wounds.
Oh, if only. Oh wow, look at that. Yay, our stuff! And yeah, you guys should be able to move that thing around again, so make sure to bring your treasures with you.
Okay, so currently I'm holding on to the ring of Imperious Command, and the staff of Camazotz.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I agree, disagree, converse. I don't know. I came up with numbers based off of other resources for values. What do you guys think of what I just put in Discord for that?
I mean, here's the other
for
thing
values
too.
items to kind of fairly chalk things up.
Where is your character getting these numbers from?
I mean, you'd kind of have an idea magically of what things are going to cost, so it's also relative.
His bartering skill is high.
I mean,
my
he
intelligence
got
is
a
very
data
high, so
he got a data pad off of the crash starship. He typed in google.com, and the rest
Oh,
is history.
okay, that makes a lot of sense then.
The rest is history.
That's magic Google. That's Moogle.
these are the reselling values of all of these things after I identified what they were. So I don't know. All I really care about is the staff of the Magi ultimately for myself. So, but I don't think we should just sell everything, and it should be fairly distributed amongst the people who killed it to an extent.
I was curious. The ring mail, would that just get sucked into the skin like it said and not be counted as armor, or would that still be counted as armor?
Oh, it's definitely it's definitely armor. It just has
Okay.
its own. It has its very own special properties.
I thought once it absorbed into the skin, it no longer. It was like just part of you.
Oh, that would be nice. It is part of you. It just also still counts as an armor bonus for mechanical purposes to prevent stacking like 3E would allow, so that a player could spend, let's say, 6 to 8 hours crafting a level 12 character and end up with a, no exaggeration, 56 armor class.
He was higher than level 12.
We should do that.
I thought we were CR13 because I remember specifically Darren being like, I'm just going to play a Frost Giant because it's CR13. I don't want to go through the character creation process. Meanwhile, Larry's like, I'm going to play 3 levels of this, 2 levels of this, 5 levels of this, get this magic item, tack on the vampire template.
Oh, you're talking about the Larry Prestige class. I
Yes.
thought you were talking about Matthias.
Oh, no, not Matthias. I don't remember what Matthias's AC was. I don't think it was Cinquo Mong's AC, who had 108. But, geez, I mean, we're talking
No, but because I
level
had those,
50.
I had those items that let me do the epic casting, so I was able to do huge epic spells that gave me nasty armor class.
That I remember, the epic spells. I didn't remember it added to your armor class as well. I just remember it drained their level and gave you a heal spell. After that, it was like, well, good game, everybody.
You still have that? Can you still do that? That would have been helpful.
In 3rd edition, yeah. I mean, 3rd edition gets really just obscenely overpowered because everybody was allowed to create their own books to mesh with the system, but nobody really did so with a sense of balance in their mind. So you take a book that was released in 2001, pair it with a book that was released in 2009, and you get, oh dear God, this is so horribly OP.
Yeah, which is why DMs have to really kind of manage
Yes.
that.
It requires a lot of hands-on control from the DM because there's no magic item attunement limits. It's just, I have this magic item, I have this magic item, I have this one, I have this one, I have this one as well, and I have this one, and it gets very, very OP. It's the most...
Sounds like a cluster.
It's the most detailed system, so there's a lot of merits to it in that respect. It just sucks that there's so much to it. It can become easy to get lost in the deluge.
Yeah, the synergies that you can come up with on that were just absolutely, insane. Or you could play a druid with a harm spell and take out a fighter in one round.
Yeah, very true. Let's see how this is gonna work. Okay, so we are all having our much needed long rest, and we get about 3 hours into it when there is suddenly a very pleasant musical sound coming from over in this area. And in time, the musical notes are distinguishable as those of a lute. And you can also make out a faint humming going along with the chords from what sounds like perhaps an elf of some type. Oh god, a 45 armor class. Yeah, my big breaking of 3.0 was when I played the Return to the Tomb of Horrors in Justin's game, and my guy had like a 54 strength. My intelligence and charisma were like 2 and 1. I had no ability to resist anything, and my speed was a solid 10. But that strength. Ugh!
Alright, my imp is going to go invisible, and I'm going to send him over this way.
Okay, and yeah, you lose contact with it. And it returns, and you lose contact with it.
It didn't say anything before I lost contact with it?
It said nothing at all. It started to move into this little alcove, which is not quite how to access the area in question, as it is behind all of that even. But as the imp even got into some kind of radius, it just whooink.
So you said it was speaking
is
some
there
kind
a magical with detect magic? Yeah, sorry, with detect magic, is there some sort of aura over here or something?
There sure is.
Is it an
Do I
anti-magic
know
field?
what that's?
It is not an anti-magic field.
It's okay.
Can
So
I tell what it's doing?
what happened is either my imp was destroyed, but I would have felt something before it, or it got shifted to another plane, because I can, as long as it's on this plane of existence, I'm in contact with it.
You're inclined to think the latter. In Westy's case, that's an Arcana check. I knew that was going to be the result. I'm so glad that's the result.
Oh, you were saying that you have to go up and around to get to that area?
Correct. It is
Down
accessible through here, and then east and then north. I don't know that we've actually even opened the door here, because it looks like pitch black beyond
I
that.
don't think so.
But that is where some of the horde was found, so I do recall at least saying that, yes, we opened the door. So let me move that door out of the way, so at least your characters can access that area. It doesn't want to let me. Come on. There it is. And a natural 20. Alrighty. So, two things happen at once. One, it is a magical overload, as whatever this aura is appears to be a combination of prismatic sphere, globe of invulnerability, anti-magic, shield, some kind of epic magic that has been crafted to create this. It has a very strange signature to it, the likes of which Asilatim has never experienced. And roll a Constitution saving throw.
18, and does this thing do anything? Is this to resist a spell?
It's to
Or
resist
spell-like
a
effect,
deific effect. So it's not
yeah,
a
this does.
it's not a typical spell thing here, but depending on what you have, might be applicable.
Yeah, no, it's the robe of the Magi. I think that gives Oh yeah, no. While holding the staff, you have advantage on saving throws against spells. So
Gotcha. So not quite that, but you
Oh,
already rolled the higher side anyway.
Yep.
You are a bit shy if you want to spend a hero point. That could make up the difference.
Oh. Sure. I think I got a few of those.
At least 2 or 3, I think I recall seeing. I updated the pinned bonuses today.
So that's 3, so 21.
21. All right. So the save is unsuccessful. We do have one last option, which would be to spend an inspiration to be effectively re-roll the entire thing and add that 3 on top of it in the hopes of getting higher before I reveal just what the effect is.
Let me check what I got for that.
I know you've got the stacking
Got
inspos
2,
from...
so, yep, so I'd have 3.
And you have a major HPTV bonus, which is
Yeah.
effectively another inspiration. And there's
We'll go
also
ahead.
the Beskar Bucks option.
Yeah, no. We'll go ahead and use one of our regular inspirations.
Gotcha. So re-roll again. We'll take the higher of the 4 rolls. We got as good as we're gonna
Nope.
get.
Alright.
Well, fortunately, it's I guess it could be worse. First off, the the detect magic that you have up, registering this signal is overloaded by the sheer capacity of what this aura is. That your detect magic is negated and dispelled.
Okay.
Secondly, the act of whatever this force is dispelling your magic stuns your character for 1 round. And since we're not even in initiative, you're not even going to be
Take it off,
stunned
yeah.
by the time we get into a potential initiative. Justin, you may feel free to proceed all the way in there. There's no token on the board, but I do have a representation to post. I've just not found a way to tokenize this yet. Oh, well, that's where the phylactery room initially was. Yep. And through there, if you keep going, yep, you will find the final chamber Tariq is exploring. Anybody else that wants to follow along, feel free to do so. He's not the only one that can move around right now.
I assume they're gonna start moving before I can, so...
Right, you'll be 30 feet behind them, or whatever the case may be. Or you'll be like 900 feet behind Theron, Theron is leaving. Theron's like, fuck all this shit, we're not doing this anymore. We've had enough pain and grief in this area. Everyone else is like, ooh, adventure, exploration. Theron's like, nope.
So I'm still lugging this heavy chest around everywhere. Is there a way just to attach it until we can decide what to do with it? Or do I just have to keep remembering it?
You can leave it there for now. We're not leaving this area.
For sure. I can
Are there-
move the chest like near the exit area, so it's kind of like there on our way out if you like. I moved it over here, Brad.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Are
of
there
course.
any plants down here?
Good question. I'm thinking probably over here we may have the occasional sporadic mushroom, not the healthiest of any kind of plant life, but something that might fit that bill.
Get mold, something.
Okay.
So,
Head down there
Justin,
and maybe communicate.
Justin, you see this, and you and Dawn are probably the only two who recognize it in game. Out of game, some of you might be like, "Hey, I know her."
I don't know her, but I'd like
Nope.
to.
I have to refresh my memory. It looks familiar, but I can't replace it.
Yep. We've only brought her in once, but she was a very enigmatic part of our Enemir Gears, Griffs, and Guns campaign. At times, she seemed to work with the forces that our characters were opposing. At times, she seemed to work with our characters opposing them. So, what her goals were, we never really established. We do know her name out of game to be Aiji Aureli. In game at this point, she is a complete enigma, but as I don't have an actual token for her, I will just move this little picture of her right there into the corner.
Basically, Enemir's version of Q.
Mhm.
And she is lightly strumming upon her lute as Tariq enters the room. And whatever this aura is that she has around her, it seems to prevent him from progressing that final 5 feet, if he so wishes. If he came around the corner and he's just like, oh. If he comes around the corner and he's going to step right up on her, he's kind of like, there's some kind of fucking globe of invulnerability or something here. And she just sees your approach and strums the lute even softer and looks at you and just says, hello?
What are you doing here?
She resumes singing in Elven and strums the lute a little bit more forcefully.
I speak Elvish. Can I tell what she's saying?
As best you can tell, it appears that she is singing a ballad commemorating the defeat of this Ultra Dracolich.
Nice. That sounds friendly.
What seems to be over there?
There's a woman singing. But Twinkleberry and her can probably see this at this point. I seem to be absent-mindedly just... I grabbed the Sword of Cast when I came over here, and I'm now kind of absent-mindedly just running my hand along the edge and bleeding all over it as my fast heal abilities kind of heal me up as I do so.
Yeesh.
Because I had to bathe it in blood.
Oh, gosh.
Chad's a little nervous to even go in the room, so he's standing there with a bow drawn.
Excuse me, are you the one responsible for the disappearance of my imp?
Is there an imp nearby? She does respond in Elven. I'm not sure if Twinkleberry speaks that.
I can translate.
No, actually, I speak Thieves' Cant. I don't think fairies gained in additional languages.
Well, alright then.
I don't speak Elven, but I'm telepathic.
I speak Elven. Can I translate?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. As she hears Tassara translating, she switches over to Common. Would this be more agreeable?
Yes, it makes it
Very.
quite easy, thank you.
What brings you to my little alcove, if I may ask?
The sound of your music, of course. We
It
were trying
is-
to rest in the other chamber over there, and your music was quite lovely, which drew our attention.
It is in your honor. You have achieved a great feat this day.
Sure
You're
have.
referring to the slaying of the Dracolich, I assume?
In its current form, yes. The ultimate fate of the creature yet remains a mystery.
Yes.
But it has been adequately dispersed.
Yeah, we lost its phylactery, so we're unable to fully slay it.
Can you tell me who you are?
A traveler, wanderer, minstrel, mistress, lover, fighter. I am all sorts of things to all sorts of people.
Would you be willing to return my imp from wherever it was sent?
She concentrates for a second, and the imp reappears next to Twinkleberry.
I thank you very much for your kindness.
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover.
That's good.
Question: when we walked up through the hallway right here, was the same? Without detect magic, did it seem like there was a magical field? Just kind of how it would feel?
Oh,
in this area,
definitely.
or- Okay.
Definitely, yeah. She has a very palpable aura about her that it's more narrative than anything at this point, unless you're trying to seemingly interact with her. There's nothing like a dragon or a Tarrasque's natural, oh god, we're in fear, or like an actual god that you get in its presence and you just feel humbled and pressured to show reverence. Hers seems more reactionary.
It's just a thing that exists around her.
Right.
I'm sure many of us would like to converse with you. Could we move to the larger chamber? And that way we're not all confined in this small area.
Oh, if you so wish.
Yeah, go down the hall now.
The lore of this one and Vecna is deep.
I would like to hide amongst this rubble if I can.
Alright. Feel free to stealth it up.
Did she go into the middle somewhere? Or...
Nope, she's stepping
okay,
out.
she's still behind us.
Yep. Yeah, just waited for all of y'all to move out the way.
Can I ask what brought you down here?
Try and get out of this rebel. Fuck all that. I don't know why you guys want to stand around on the rebel, but you do your thing.
Yes, the beast felled its own lair in our first fight with it.
It were those disturbances that attracted my attention in the first place. The more recent defeat of the creature, I would say, is and she just kind of looks over at Tassara and nods as if that answers the question. Oh, Chad is so well stealthed he can't even see himself. What is it that possesses your companions to rest in such an inhospitable place where you have already experienced such loss?
Our ship got blown up.
I see now.
And many of us are quite injured, and you know, the resources it would take to heal us completely would be better spent elsewhere.
But of course. Yes, I was unfamiliar that this is when your ship was destroyed. That does add some things up, however. What I can tell you is that you will find no trouble achieving your rest here for the evening. Your time, however, is very limited. The being known as Atarian, the Dracolich, it is reforming even as we speak. It has but a day before it is back at its full strength.
Would you happen to know where its factory is?
Yes and no. It is not mine to divulge, not as a hesitation, more as a restriction, a prohibition. I can say that it is near, and that you are on the right track. But your time is short. I do bid you take stock of that. What I can do to help, however, yeah, we'll do that. Could have been better, could have been worse, but her bardic song of rest during a short rest period while you're able to interact and converse with her has the effect of a superior healing potion for any of you who need it. It restores 30 hit points. It also removes 1 level of exhaustion and all negative effects that are currently affecting your character.
No, does that include Yordle?
That would remove all of those effects. Yes, indeed.
And does that include anybody that's not in the room as long as they can hear the song?
As long as they are willing to benefit from the song. Yes, indeed.
Thank you. I appreciate the healing.
So you seem to be quite powerful, and talk fairly cryptically, but how can you further help us defeat this Dracolich? Or is that, as you say, not something you can divulge?
Yes,
or is there some other task for which we're meant to be?
I believe the task that you are currently here for is already known to the lot of you. Whether you have or want to achieve it, I cannot say what it is that you will do in this reality. I am not here to
people what we came for.
Oh, say again?
Can you remind us as the players what the heck we came to this planet for?
Well,
it's been a good minute. I'm like scrolling way up in my notes. I'm like,
goodness.
Why are we here?
Yeah, this is a continuation of our original low-level missions here. Our Tuesday group had the 4 games that we went against the witches and captured that dinosaur creature at the end of which. And then we were tasked with visiting this dungeon, which was more of a general repeat of that same mission. It was just more of capture any creatures that seem like they might be of interest. A little bit more specific than Wednesday night, which there's an energy signature and you have to figure out which of these monsters it is, because it's only one of them. This one, I think in your group, like 3 or 4 of you were given some of those spirit vials. So if and when you come across something that seems like it might be of interest, capture it.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought, but
Get in the flask.
yeah.
No. I really
Yeah,
like
we
you.
were-
Would you
we
like
were
to join our party?
provided 6 spirit vials, so
I would so like to. My tasks are many, and the road is long ahead, unfortunately, or behind in some cases. Let's just check out one more. Everybody got their hit points. Yes.
I have no idea what my hit points were before, so if anybody has any idea, I would appreciate it.
I mean, everyone was really, really low except for maybe you because you are way away from everyone. So I think you might. This is trying to remember. You might have been outside of the blast radius and missed getting just demolished by everything.
I think I was actually. I
So-
think he moved it to like everybody got hit, so okay, cool.
My HP was pretty high because I got teleported into Monday and I used most of my hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh God, she just went gothic.
And before your eyes, she transforms instantly into something equally interesting, but instantly horrific, as whatever aura she has upon her now does appear to activate, prompting a charisma save from any of you who are currently within line of sight of her.
That's why I stayed the way the hell out of it.
Is it a magical effect?
It is.
I was gonna acid splash her when she first popped up, but Tariq told me to stay the hell away. So I just... Sorry, Tasara, whatever her name is.
Is it considered a spell that targets humanoids?
That's not all it does.
No. I mean, because I'm a Fae. If it specifically targets humanoids, like sleep spell, hold person, charm, things like that, it doesn't affect me. But I can be targeted by monster spells where most humans can't. So,
Gotcha.
charm monster would work, etc., etc., etc.
Gotcha. We step up to deific laws here, where yeah, it'll work.
Can I go ahead and attack her?
I'm sorry, what are you doing now? If you're rushing in and you're seeing her, then you're rolling that save too, brother.
So I have an advantage on being charmed.
Let's just see here. It is more a fear effect than a charm. I know Tariq made his save. Asila made his save. Otherwise, we're looking at not so good, not so good. I think Arm Ripper hears some commotion going on down there and charges to investigate. And let's see just what the results of your charisma save are. Oh, good golly. So, yeah, comes tearing ass around the corner and immediately pumps the brakes as, oh God, why is she so scary? And she gets right up into Selatim's face and grabs him by his collar. And her maw extends to the point where it looks like she might be about to swallow him whole. And does anybody speak Infernal?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty.
She'd also have disadvantage attacking me from my cloak of displacement, but just if it's an attack.
It is, but it seems that True Sight does indeed counter that. What is this?
You really haven't had a long rest, so you've used that, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think we used that against the Dracolich outside. We're trying to take a long rest now, which is where she appeared. And
Okay, I didn't know how long of a rest we got.
Right.
3 hours.
we're in
Couple
progress, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like her anymore.
Listen to
She
me,
is
I didn't like her at
shouting.
all ever.
She is shouting infernal through this enlarged maw at Asilatim, which basically sounds like the beginnings of some powerful spell. If he's not mistaken, it's unclear why it would take even more than an instant to utter this, but he thinks he's about to be power word killed. And he sees his life flash before his eyes as the grip on his robes releases, and she just vanishes out of existence like a ghost.
Well, that would have been really bad.
Time to go.
Yeah, I was about to bring the sword to bear. I was like, hey, he's gone. What was that?
That was very high level magic. That would have, had I not been able to counter her if she were to continue, I would be dead.
I think it's time to go. I know where the phylactery is.
You do?
Oh, you do?
Yes, yes, I do, because it was posted in the other Discord. It's on the ship.
What's a Discord?
What type of magic are you using?
Well, she was transported, remember, so... And then she came with that other group. So maybe that was their form of communication or something?
I don't know. If she says
Yeah.
she knows what it is, let's go get it.
Agreed. We should get it before the Dracolich returns.
Then we can rest.
I had a vision, and it's in the ship.
Well,
But our ship got destroyed.
no,
It's in the ship that crashed.
Our ship crashed.
That's
I
where it
think
is.
she means the one that came down during the fight.
Correct.
Look, guys, I have a 7 intelligence.
I know, I know.
Play it out, damn it!
Just follow us.
Goddamn deck of many things.
What am I? That's funny because this is one of my things.
Oh, that's nice.
See, one time y'all should have listened to the barbarian and stayed away from the pretty girl.
I think the barbarian has personal experience with that.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
So yes, let's head back to the ship. Interrupting our long rest, but if you know where it's at, let's destroy this thing.
Yes, it's in the ship. I'm trying to remember exactly where in the ship.
Alrighty. Well, let's
All
make
right.
our way over here. And there's a deactivated astromech droid just chilling out front.
I hope I grabbed my box on the way out of the cave entrance.
We had grabbed everything.
What is that? I kick it over.
It.
It's the spell of Discord is very powerful. It's capable of communication across many time zones. Well played, Sarge. So, yeah, if we kick the droid over, then I guess I'll do that. Right. And there is a large hole in the side of the ship where the hull was torn open and it's skid across the ground as it impacted, so gaining access is no problem. there
Is this some
are.
form of spelljammer?
Yeah, seems like it could be. It's a bit more high tech than you guys are used to seeing. Even more high tech than the Dragon Lotus, which is pretty top of the line, or it was.
I'm kind of like a klepto, I guess, but I grab the droid and throw it into my box of dimensional storage.
Well, then I'm gonna just delete it off the map, and you can add Astromech droid to your inventory list. I think we'll all know what that means. What? Were you about to call me an asshole?
Are you about to call me an asshole?
Yes, what he said.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Yes, thank you, Arlie.
I'm in danger.
Well, checking out the ship reveals no presence of anyone else living, and there's really not a lot of interest that was left behind, aside from basic things you would expect to find on a ship, like some freeze-dried rations in some of the compartments. A couple extra spare power packs up in the cockpit where it appeared that whoever it was that was tossing out weapons to you guys last time around may have overlooked those. No sign of that phylactery that many of you got a good look at, though. I mean, you guys saw the Dracolich holding it.
Is there an area on the ship where there's like a pod where people could connect to?
I don't see it.
Like what do you mean, like an escape pod?
Kind of like a matrixy pod.
Gotcha.
Discord pod.
In the cargo hold, there are some crates of some strange devices. One of them looks like it could be potentially like a healing bath of some sort. It appears to be mangled and in disrepair, however.
Does Detect Magic reveal anything hidden or obscured?
It does not. There's some light residual magic from the ship itself, as it is technically a piece of technomancy, but since it's currently powered down, there's like very little to detect.
Can I start busting out panels looking for a cargo hold that's hidden?
Sure. Roll an investigation check, see if you find anything. There is not another ship, just this vessel.
It's on this ship. It's got to be on this ship somewhere.
Tariq and Mr. T, give me a survival check, please.
Damn.
Yeah.
I intimidated all the panels and then investigated.
I was gonna say, can I do like an intimidation or something? 'Cause
Our Ripper's like pacing back and forth throughout the cargo hold. He's like, all right, whichever one of you talks first doesn't get destroyed. Nobody says anything, so he just starts beating the shit out of everything in there.
That's me.
So yeah, Tariq is just... meanwhile, Twinkleberry catches sight of... I don't know, let me just check. If there's anything... That doesn't help. What the hell is that? Okay, nothing there. I was going to try to add a little bit of visual flair to the map, but I'm not going to pay for anything, nor was there anything free. But in this direction, Twinkleberry can see a number of footprints marching off in this direction. Looks like at least half a dozen or so.
Okay, that might be the other group that I had the vision of that were there when
Ladies
they
and
saw the
gentlemen.
phylactery.
Hi. Yeah, there's some footprints heading off to the northeast over there.
You hear footprints?
No, I see footprints because, you know, it's amazing at how people are reading my mind even before I have a chance to speak.
I can do that, you know.
Do we have that telepathy spell up?
No.
No!
We didn't. It's also, yeah, it's not, it's communication, so.
Sure.
And I can't do that anymore.
Can Chad see anything from his vantage point on top of the ship?
Roll perception.
Also, where did Theron and Yordle go? Are they just not on the map, or
Probably not.
did they not follow us?
They're on vacation.
Oh, okay.
What is the...
You say they're missing, it's like, I mean, we're all
Yeah, they're not
grabbing
on the
food
map.
and stuff.
Yep.
Have
You
I
can
found
always
anything in the
on an
storage holds or
on an
anything
overland
hidden?
map like this, you can generally just drop your tokens, since we're not in a dungeon and you don't risk teleporting yourself into a solid wall.
Oh, how do I do that?
If you grab, instead of clicking on your character sheet to open it, just hover over it until it highlights, and then drag it out to the tabletop.
Click and hold it.
Woohoo! Just
Oh,
like
there
that,
you go. That's
brother.
unbelievable.
Just like that, brother.
Yep, now there's 2 Yordles.
Yes, indeed. You think this is the real Yordle? It is. Okay, so perception check from Chad, not revealing a whole lot, and it's pretty open fields between here and the direction that the party seems to be observing. So, I mean, did they take off into the air? Did they burrow? Or are they somehow just, like, standing behind that one tree out there?
I would like to use my speak with plants to see if they can give me any information on what happened here and where the people went.
Good
Okay.
Have
call.
I found anything in the ship, or should I come out and join you guys?
Nothing extra to be found on the ship there, buddy.
Not even any old underwear? Nothing?
Well, I mean, there is, but I wouldn't consider that interesting. Maybe you would. My bad. I got a bad read on your character.
Not even a previously used phylactery.
Does grass count as plants? We got a lot of grass
Yes,
out
it's
here.
vegetation. It's vegetation.
Are we speaking with one blade, or does the entire field just start talking over each other?
I want the whole field to talk to me and tell me what happens.
Mine. For some reason, they're birds.
That would be deafening.
The grass is yelling, please don't smoke us.
Oh, gosh. Alrighty, well, give me a moment to ponder this via a toke and a short BRB here. We're going to take like a 10-minute instead of a 15-minute here.
You're gonna
And-
go speak with your plants.
I'm going to speak with my plants as well. And,
Smoking a pancake.
alright, a pipe and a cripe, a bong and a blintz, a pierogi and a stogie.
Cigar and a waffle?
Yeah, a cigarette and a flapjack. Oh god, I want a cigarette. So yeah, I'm gonna step away here and just basically try to sort out where G4 is in connection with all of this, because I don't want to spoil too much, but at the same time I need to keep some things as intact as possible. We'll see you shortly, friends.
So yeah, last week I was doing my work and watching Game 4, and it was very interesting what I saw.
But unless you can tie that in with your character here, I don't know how you can use that information.
She had a vision.
But apparently the vision was wrong because there's no phylactery on the ship.
And they took it with them then. Because
That
they did
totally
see it.
made me-
They saw the phylactery.
That made me think of Adam Sandler. The price is wrong, bitch.
It's okay. Her soul was trapped in a void for a minute, so it's like she's probably hallucinating.
You know what? Maybe.
You were smoking the grass instead of talking to it.
I don't know why you said that this sword is evil. All he wants to do is destroy this evil lich god.
Yeah, that's a very evil sword.
I
Says
just thought you had to bathe it in a little blood and it was good to go.
Yeah, he's fine. He's happy now.
Oh yeah!
I mean, you can definitely use it for good ends, but the sword itself is evil. But if you can control it or maintain yourself, then all good.
Read a tome that had an evil axe that the barbarian carried. They got along really well.
Was that in the stuff? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I can read. I just wasn't good enough to make maps like everybody else. Westy, what's the component you need for Legend Lore?
Let me look it up. I think I need ivory, some amount of ivory, and so like 250 gold worth of incense. So nothing hard to get. Just obviously we're not getting it right here.
You can totally use all that money towards it too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna be easy enough to get. It's just
And it's
don't
also
have it.
you could also ask like, hey, would there happen to be this in this pile?
I mean, it's I guess with the artworks, but he said most of it was bust and stuff. So theoretically, I guess some of it could have been ivory, but it needs ivory strips, so we'd have to manufacture it from there. But there was no incense, unless you guys have a 250 gold worth of incense.
Ivory strips. I'm totally seeing some ivory tusks spinning around a pole. Okay, maybe it was just funny in my head.
Well, I was laughing. I just didn't push to talk to laugh at you.
It was no phylactery joke. I mean, come on. But yeah, I can do legend lore once we get to somewhere to buy stuff. If we would like to learn more on that sword, or any of these items, really.
I mean,
Hey, since
fine.
we're on break. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's fine. I was just gonna say I would, but I might also be able to find out just from talking to the fucking sword telepathically.
Yeah, you definitely got to establish that connection and see what the spirit inside it is saying.
Probably Vecna.
Or stab.
That's what I'm saying. My stupid ass. I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, we need to go kill Vecna. I'm like, who's Vecna? It's this evil lich god who's a necromancer. Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
With the meteoric plate, I was looking at that and I was like, so the barbarian could wear armor, but it takes away the armor class. Would it need to be armor that's like strong enough to make up for the armor class? I don't get that whole thing.
I think you lose move speed as well, don't you?
Well, unfortunately, the plate, especially, it's heavy armor, and barbarians cannot rage well in heavy armor. So you wouldn't be able to wear that and still get your rage abilities. As far as your armor class thing, the unarmored armor class, you'd want, if you were going to replace that with armor, you definitely want to make sure you're getting a better score out of it.
But losing your rage abilities is pretty bad. Like, not being able to rage is your whole thing.
Yeah, because
I mean, I'm still cool with just running around in a loincloth, but I'm like, if it would be helpful.
I mean,
barbarians typically do not wear armor. It's just
yeah, exactly. That plate mail that makes you a living fireball was kind of cool, but
That was kind of cool.
there's cool stuff. It's just not for the party composition. It's not super useful.
Would
I
a
mean, we have 1
shield
million
or,
gold.
would a shield or like a buckler in the future might be a good idea then?
Then you can't use your axe.
Well, no,
Your
if
axe
it's a
can only be
buckler,
two-hander.
if it's a buckler, then you wear it on your wrist while you
Nope.
hold your weapon in both
Nope.
hands.
Shields don't work that way.
yeah,
There-
in 5th edition, there is no such thing as a buckler. It's only
There,
a shield.
there is a magical shield which doesn't require you to use your hands for it.
The animated
and-
shield.
The animated shield. It is, I believe it's described as wrist guards or something, that then the shield comes alive when you want it to. I forget. Or you could get bracers of defense. Bracers of defense are +2 AC when you're not wearing armor. That's typically the go-to monk and barbarian boost my AC. Your AC gets boosted based off of constitution and dexterity, and then with that it boosted an additional 2. And that's kind of where splitting the money out and everything allows you to kind of be like, okay, this is the other item I want to buy. Because I mean, you got the belt boost in your strength, you got the massive axe, and then you get the bracers, and you're covering all 3 things that you do. Hit
That
things
sounds
and
good.
get hit.
Unless there's like some kind of ring or amulet that allows for healing.
The only thing that really would allow for, again, you can't cast spells. So, like, if you're raging, you can't cast spells.
Oh, I know. I get that.
There is the Ring of Regeneration, which allows you to regain some hit points. Not super combat oriented. That's more of a over time, like as you're traveling, you regain hit points. And then there's also the Ring of Spell Storing, which a healer could cast healing spells into. And then you can activate, but activating it is considered casting.
Damn. I was hoping for some kind of OP like amulet that you wear that regenerates like half your thing in battle or something.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
No.
Well, you do have to remember that we have like 1 million gold, so if there's something you want, you could buy it.
Not if it doesn't exist.
Right. I don't think we're gonna ever see anything like, oh look, you're now invincible in combat. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Well, there's some things that can temporarily get stuff like that, like
Correct.
armor and invulnerability or something like that. Maybe he wants one of those hats, like you can put beers in, but he'll put healing potions in it.
Sweet.
There's
That would be awesome.
There's the amulet of beer drinking or whatever it was. Like there is an amulet that whenever you drink a beer, it heals you the way a healing potion does, but it doesn't scale higher. So like there's superior potions and everything. So
Okay, cool. I was surprised by this game because I'd never played one before, but in all the books I'd read, it seemed like healing was a lot faster. But in this game, you take a potion and it's like, congratulations, you got 13 hit points back, and that's like the superior healing. And I'm like, what the hell?
yeah.
If I'm
healing
not
is-
mistaken, I think there is some kind of something you can wear that gets you max healing when you take a potion.
There are
There's
feats
a
also
spell
that make it
for
you a little bit more durable and heal more during like rests.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
I just-
unfortunately, healing is kind of underpowered in this game. But then
Very.
again, when you long rest, you heal completely, so it kind of makes up for that.
That is really cool. I just was really shocked when I took my first healing potion and I got like 2 hit points.
Well, it's a muahaha in your favor. Like if you happen to do the tier 3 subscription, then you get a regeneration of 3 every round, which effectively means outside of combat for even a couple minutes, you regenerate back to full. So that's one option. It just is not found in game. And speaking of the long rest detail here, it's gonna be a little weird here going forward for a few minutes because we're obviously not in the same spot as we were before, and the how and why of that is gonna be a bit of and perhaps amnesiac effect here for a while until we establish just what G4 is doing in their game, and we do have a bit of crossover in that respect. But this does get us to the next stage of where we are at. The main question pertaining to long rest is between then and now, knowing absolutely nothing of what happened aside from we didn't get into any combat with anybody. We didn't use any of the abilities beyond what we've already used. We're effectively in the same state. Do we take a long rest or do we not? And if not, we need to kind of figure out where our hit point values are.
Short rest is always an option.
Shouldn't we see where the hell we are before I lay down and take a nap?
Well, we would have got a short rest in before we were interrupted with the music, so people should be able to roll hit die during that time.
But I think we were pretty intent on getting to the phylactery before
Correct.
we rested.
Agreed.
Alrighty.
So, like, Kusara and Arm Ripper, if you're full HP, I can't.
Is the fact that my imp isn't here intentional, or was that just missing?
Drag it out here. It's missing because the party is large enough as it is. 1 player, 1 character. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to arbitrarize this, I guess, in some respect, as far as where everybody's hit points are, and then taking into account that you got 30 extra hit points from IG really. If you were if you benefited from her song, which, as I recall, Arm Ripper, Theron, and Yordle were intentionally not in line of sight when that was happening, so you will not be getting the 30 hit points.
I can say that at the end of the other game, after everybody got meteor swarmed and shit, my T3 healing kicked in, and then I immediately went out and did lay on hands to make sure nobody died.
Right.
So everybody had at least like 3 hit points from that.
Right, because that meteor swarm knocked a shit ton of people.
Everyone. Yeah, pretty much everyone, I think, except Tusara.
I think it may have. I don't know. I thought it hit me
everybody.
It hit everybody.
And got everybody.
Alright, so what I'm thinking is if Justin is thinking everybody had 3 hit points, we're going to multiply that by 3, give everybody 9, and then add 30 hit points onto that. If you were the benefactor, if you benefited from her healing song. And then Justin and Asilatem are both at full hit points because they did their T3 long rest. John kept accurate track of his hit points throughout all of it, so his should be pretty accurate. And then I couldn't figure out for Chad. I know you were hiding from her, but it also looked like you might have been in a position to be able to see and benefit from that. And you were kind of asking about it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if I could hear it, if I benefited from it, even if I couldn't see her.
Gotcha. So we're going to put you at the 39 as well, and then Theron, did he do his T3 long rest as well, or had he done that earlier in the month? Did he just not?
He would have just healed up though.
Yeah, that's why I'm at full hit points, because of my regeneration.
Gotcha. Bingo. Okay, so yeah, T3 3 HP regeneration. It has been enough time out of game or in game out of combat for those healing benefits to kick in. What I can tell you is that during your pursuit of attempting to find the G4 group again, we did run into a bit of a detour, unfortunately, that led us to this point. Exactly where this point is, I will be happy to explain momentarily. I don't know. It's already becoming a bit of a weird thing, because out there in the field, hey, look who it is!
I don't trust her anymore.
Oh fuck! Oh hell no! And yeah, her reactionary abilities, as far as her aura and what have you are concerned, do seem to have brought about a little bit of a time warp, as well as a amnesia effect on all of your characters, which is unavoidable or irreversible until in real life we know just what G4 is going to do. This is a quality of life effect for all groups involved. I cannot have any group interfering with another group's activities until we know just what that group has completed, especially considering they're all level 1 at this point. So, not cool to have a group of level 10, 12, 13s rolling up on them like, give us the phylactery! What? No, God! So, yeah, we're gonna let them play out their little bit and then see how this all kind of meshes together. Technically, they should have been done already, but shit happens.
So I've got amnesia, but I still feel suspicious about her and want to acid splash her when I meet her like the first time I met her.
Yeah, I mean, you were instantly suspicious the first time, so definitely Spidey sense going off, seemingly correct right there. Oh, don't feel bad at all. I mean, it's not your fault that we didn't get the gaming in the last couple weeks. This whole month of July has just been a flustercuck from beginning to end, and not really in anybody's control. I mean, we've been playing and gaming as best we're able, and thankfully, because the story is kind of in a time flux, it does afford us some liberties in certain respects. It does also create the occasional fourth wall blockade as well, as we're experiencing right here.
Can I acid splash her, or is Tesara going to stop me again?
No, I don't like her anymore. You can handle it.
Well, she's not really here. I mean, we see her in the field, and maybe we're thinking, like, alright, we're gonna get this bitch this time, but once she makes the transformation, like, our characters could get 9 levels instantaneously, and 3 extra magical items, and you'd all still be turning and running away from her like a bunch of bitches, because that's who she is. At this stage of the story.
I don't think I'm that smart.
Well, thankfully, that's why the charisma save comes into effect, which kind of forces the flight in some respects. It's a survival thing that they build into Dragons and Terras, so that player characters who get a little too overambitious might be forced away from the combat against their volition and inadvertently ensure their own survival.
It's like on Kung Fu Hustle, where he's dangerously over limited and he still bonks him with a fucking piece of splinter.
Well, the thing, yeah, I mean, going to what's going on there in the chat as well, like, that group is on the ship, and there should, I had planned for there to be a little bit more of a meshing between them, whether it was some players from this group coming over to that Sunday one weekend, whether it was vice versa. We've just literally only gotten 1 session done with that group is the only problem with it. Like, I know where they're going generally, but we haven't yet rolled the randoms and the variables to see just what's going to land and how things are going to go. So they've certainly been patient as well, having waited like 2 months to even get their first session. So I just kind of want to let them do their thing. But there's no reason
I just
that
heard phylactery and just went crazy.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
there's no
phylactery, I know where it is.
right. There's no reason why Tassara wouldn't be involved in that in some respect. That was intentionally designed that way. Just again, out of game, things kind of got a little tossed aside or tossed askew, and unfortunately, G4 of all of our groups suffered the most because they did their session 0, and then we had the Exodus, and then we had a couple new people create characters, and it's been a tough thing to get going. But anyway, here we are. We have not gotten our long rest. Whether you trust her or not, she has given you reason not to trust her. She also did heal you and seemed somewhat borderline pleasant when you first met her. And she did seem to have some information about the Dracolich, notably that it was coming back within the next 24 hours, and that you were on the right path as far as where its phylactery was. What exactly that means remains to be seen, because I know there are multiple ways to go about that. But after pursuing our G4 group into the field and being turned back by IG Aureli and effectively back to our starting zone.
Well, Yordle would still like a
let's see.
yes.
Yordle wants a what now?
Yordle still just has 1 hit point, right?
Everyone would have been able to have a short rest while we were trying to get our long rest.
Correct. We've not been able to have a long rest, which is why the hit points are where they are. Whether we want to do short rest HP, that's totally open for anybody to spend. Just trying to get us all up to speed on where we are here. This area probably looks familiar to some of you. This is the entrance to the dungeon that we have been in this entire time, and this is where we have returned to.
I can see nothing. Hey, there we go.
Alright, so we have already cleared this place out effectively. Feel free to wander, re-explore, regain your bearings. There's nothing in here that we have not already discovered or that is hidden beyond our current perceptions. Oh, yep, Justin head straight to the area of nightmares there for him, where his other character was drug into the wall. If you head south down the main corridor, that leads to the Ultra Dracolich's lair. That is where we just were a short while ago. If you head east, down this way, and then up through this passage, that leads us to a separate area of the map that we have also thoroughly explored. Let's just get ourselves back onto that map. This is technically stage 2. This is where I anticipated incorrectly that your group would go first rather than to the Dracolich's lair. Or at least if you did go to the Dracolich's lair upon being nearly obliterated in one attack, you might then refocus and go elsewhere. And face these things that were much more appropriate for your level at the time. We didn't do that.
Can we long rest then?
No, not just yet. Just kind of getting us back to our bearings here. If you want to just kind of wander around here real quick, again, because of the time warp, our group does not remember going through this place, why we came back to this place. What exactly forced us to come back to this place? And as I did already ask,
this place though?
You remember it from your first time coming through.
Okay.
If you're not on the map, this map is has been thoroughly explored enough to where you should just be able to do the drag drop. I've got vomititis going on here from the western side of the map that I need to delete.
I think if folks want to follow me down, I think I have a way through this barrier that was present before.
map, but I can't access my token.
Okay, I can't go down.
Just also hold up because, yeah, like we have the, we don't remember coming through this place the second time around. If we are coming back to here to do this, it's going to be after where we just were a few moments ago. The only reason we're here right now is to kind of, oh, this is how we got from point A to point B. This is where we are right now. All gathered here.
Oh.
And getting to this location is the result of... Let me take you back here one more time. Finally taking the Northern Passage. We had kind of explored them. We knew that they went somewhere else. We had never explored them in their entirety. Gotcha. For whatever reason, the path that we ran into, failing to get a phylactery from the G4 group, encountering Aiji, being turned aside, shunted back to this dungeon here. This is the only area we've not yet explored. And it's at this point here, getting us finally back to this. Now we're kind of caught up to the current sequence of events. We know that supposedly the Dracolich is reforming within the next 24 hours, but some of those hours have already passed while we attempted to take a long rest. Some of those hours may have been lost to us during... Wait a minute, weren't we just outside? Why are we here? So where we take it from here... entirely up to you, whether you trust anything she said, whether you want to go back. Short rest, definitely on the table. I know some of us have some hit dice we can roll in that. So go ahead and take it in game from this spot.
Well, this would be the only way we haven't explored, so we should probably continue. She did say we have our mission with her. Well, the one entity wasn't very useful to us and tried to eat me and kill me, but the other one did help.
Do we want to try a stealthful approach to scouting ahead, or do we just want to send the tanks up front to try to wipe out everything in our path?
Well, I can see nothing beyond where we are.
I'm just wondering how the hell I got here.
I just nod.
I drink unattended again and took that medicine that now I don't remember shit.
There's powerful magics. Yeah, there's very powerful magics at play right now. So.
Hey, Koss, did you
You're
remember
very
what happened?
accepting. I'm confused.
Oh man, the artifact doesn't know what happens in the future either, because I don't know. Stop it! Stop!
I could swear I was just dreaming about, like, you know, a field of grass.
Screaming.
We would not have heard the screaming, only you would have. So. But I think we should venture forward. I can't see anything on this map. I don't know if we should be seeing
Sounds
anything.
good.
So I got something new I can do as somebody who's usually in the front, and I'm going to go ahead and turn invisible.
Oh shit, where'd he go?
I can see you. Or the outline of you.
Yeah, how do I show that I go invisible?
Put up like the ninja mask or something.
Yeah, if you click your token and open up the little circle that opens below it, that's your icon menu.
I can't do invisible, but I can do stealthy.
Yeah, I can go invisible now at 11 with Way of the Shadows. As long as it's dim light.
Well, with
Is
your
it,
speed and that ability, it makes sense for you to go forward.
Is it attack and the invisibility is removed, or is it like a cloak of invisibility that it's just like I am always invisible? There it is.
No, if I attack or take an action or cast a spell, it goes
Sure.
away. Or if I get into bright light.
Gotcha.
It's only invisible when drinking. Ha 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 ha.
Huh.
How tall is the ceiling? I mean, if I hover at about 10 feet, would that be an issue?
You're butting up against the ceiling, but you're kind of a tiny dude.
There's my stealth roll too, because I'm trying to be a little stealthy as we're creeping along.
Well, all right then.
So what's up there, guys? I can't see anything beyond this door that we're in.
I went up. There's just another door that looks locked. Yeah, just go west.
Is anyone else skilled in picking tools?
I am.
Whoa. Oh, you're underneath me. Okay.
Eat anything into submission.
He did intimidate those bulkheads pretty well.
Would you like me to give it a go?
I mean, I have tools as well, but I'm not as proficient as spotting traps.
Is there any magic there?
The door has no magical enchantments upon it.
Okay. There's no magic there if it is locked or anything.
There are a lot of mundane things that can hurt you.
Oh, very
but
much.
Don't
so,
require
yes.
magic to do so.
Was Blaze getting a short restoration there? I know we don't want to have our barbarian rocking 9 hit points.
Should be rolling hit die, yeah.
I'm trying, but it keeps trying to get me to recreate my character, so I'm having some trouble.
It's not a good thing.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and inspect the door and see.
All right.
Like, is it metal? Is it wood? What is what do I notice about the door?
It's wood and it's pretty old.
Should I just go ahead and try to open it? Does everybody want to stand back and I'll go ahead and try to open it?
If you wish.
I moved behind here.
All right, I try to open it.
Chad's gonna stay right where he's at with his bow drawn, in case there's something jumps out at us.
Click that door and see what happens. Hey, it opens, and you didn't die. It appears there were no locks, no traps. The door is as mundane and ridiculous as it appeared to be. Within this next chamber, we do have a 15-foot high platform in the center of the room. So unless you are the agilest of motherfuckers, like our good monk, kindly roll an acrobatics or athletics roll if you wish to ascend or take the stairs on the west side. There is also a door off to the east that likewise appears just old, decrepit, crumbling, barely holding on to its hinges. It does still provide sufficient cover to obscure what's on the other side, however. We do have a broken pillar over here that serves as kind of a ramp leading down into the area below. And some water accumulation otherwise.
I'll use my broom to just get up here.
Yep. 15-foot elevation difference there, so again, either athletics, flight, or take the stairs or the pillar ramp, if you want to be up there.
It looks like there's lots of different ways to go at this point.
This area here looks like the door has just fallen completely off the hinge, so you can see clearly into the next area. Before we move out too much further, let's roll some perception checks.
And any magic from this area?
Nothing in this area that is obvious. Everything seems mundane.
Nope. Perceptive as always.
So we want to go which direction you think first?
No good. Yep. Decent. Very good. So yeah, Asilatem is I don't know. He's got a fucking song stuck in his head. Everybody else, however, can hear something. In the case of Twinkleberry and Tariq, you can both hear from up in this area, around this corner past that rubble, what sounds like a horse slowly just clop, clop, clop across the stone floor. Arm Ripper is quadruply, sextuply perceptive here, and hears and sees all, including the sixth dimension. Oh boy, trippy!
I swear I only hit the thing once.
Trippy, dude. It's like a Pink Floyd concert. Asilatem is the only one who doesn't hear anything. But in the case of, well, I guess we're going to add Chad to the list of doesn't hear anything either.
I can taste colors.
Of course, if you rolled higher than Don or Justin, not only do you hear those hoof steps, or whatever the equestrians would call it, you also hear a second set of clop, 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 clop over in this area beyond the open passage.
So Theron whispers, so there's two sounds, one coming from the northeast and one coming from the west. That sounds like a horse clop.
How'd they get a horse in here?
It's a good
I don't know.
question.
It is.
Magic.
You can make things small and then large again. It's easy enough.
Oh yeah.
But also, there are spells that will fool the senses. So it may or may not even be a real horse. It could just be an illusion designed to confound us.
It doesn't matter what you think!
So I'm still invisible. You guys want me to go check out one of the sounds?
Sure.
A
Whoa,
horse
where'd
is
that
a
come
horse, of course.
I'll go west first.
Alright.
That's that horse is a talking horse, and that horse is Mr. Ed.
Does it seem like it's coming from the north or still west?
It is very close to you at this point, so I would say just scooch in a little bit further to the west. Either seems to lead to the same area, though, as the wall right here to your north is busted through and seems to lead to the same location as you see this dude riding a phantom steed. And let's just check.
Do I have any idea what that dude is?
Well, let's get his, it is a mounted knight, and it is wielding a lance and a longsword. Its weapons are glowing bright as the blazing sun, so that's probably not so good news to somebody relying on dim lighting in this situation. There is also a distinctive cold as the grave aura emanating from this thing. The horseman appears to be a young rider full of promise, a red rider in his prime.
I am going to go back to the group and you tell them what you just said.
Would that spark any sort of knowledge for what the heck that might be?
That's not what you are. That's for later.
A jelly donut?
Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga. Stupid.
Sorry, I
Oh.
couldn't help myself.
He's traveling by himself.
Yeah, there was just one guy on a horse riding around, but the same sound I heard over there came from the northwest too, so there may be two of them roaming around here.
But you mentioned a phantom steed. If it itself is maybe ghost-like, maybe it has the ability to pass through solid objects?
Yep, we see it now.
Oh, well there.
Howdy!
There it is right there.
Let's do this.
Meanwhile,
I apparently get an extra D10 on my initiative now.
Oh, very nice.
As soon as he gets close to me, I
I guess that answers that question.
Oh, good golly.
how do I get to you?
Just go east.
Okay, Justin, what was that about initiative? Justin? Is this thing working?
The sword gives me an extra D10 on my initiative.
Oh, an extra D10. Yeah, go ahead, roll that.
You gotta warn me when they can hear me, and I can't, shit.
Armripper's a little inebriated tonight.
I want to know what Tariq was rolling a 1d210 for.
Is he mistyped?
That sounds like a decent dice there, though. Okay. Anybody else have any special initiative stuff?
Oh shit! I'm supposed to roll.
No, it did it. But you have advantage.
What do I roll? I'm gonna roll a d20.
No, he did it, but you would have advantage, so you just roll a d20. Or click the initiative button.
Oh,
I got it.
thank you.
Well, I think I have it. Fucking hell, roll 20. Hey! Intuitive. Alright, what we had the first time was better. Okay, why is this shit... Good gracious.
I think that's like my worst initiative ever.
That's okay. We've swapped places because I'm usually at the bottom and you're usually at the top.
I'll take it.
Alright, try that again. The tokens want to label correctly. Yep. Okie dokie. So I think we've got our initiative in hand. Map is all out of place. Try and reset that for the streamer viewers. Alright. Okay, and yeah. Alright, I gotta. Oof. Alright, I did the clicky part. If somebody else will do the add part and let Armripper know how many hit points he just got back. I expended every single one of his short rest hit dice, so that is all the healing he has available, short of potential healing potions. But as it is, the foe on the Phantasmal Steed is going to bring its ultra bright light into the into the room here.
I got 97. Something like that.
Alright, it's going to stab out at Theron first and foremost with a lance attack. 16, not going to do anything there. And then it will lash out with a longsword attack. A 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, we're looking at 7 points of slash. And a Constitution saving throw. Alright. I do know that is not good enough. Do you want to spend an inspiration?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, just roll one more time. Actually, did you roll a con save or a con ability check?
Oh, I rolled the con ability check.
Yeah, roll the save. You might get a better bonus. Oh! Well, you would have an extra +1, so not so much. And then inspiration. Go ahead, roll that one more time. Alright, so we'll take the best out of the 4 there. Fortunately, 18 is good enough. Just wanted to see if you had a good die there in store. So you feel like you were just given the fanciest bejeweled golden grail from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and you dodged a bullet and did not drink from it. And that will end this thing's turn and bring it up to your turn there. You did take the 7 slashing, but otherwise no ill effects.
All right, and then it's my go. So I am going to shadow step behind him, and then go ahead and attack twice.
You wouldn't be able to shadow step because you're in bright light.
Correctamundo. This guy is a beacon of
Oh,
light.
that's right.
You could walk around him.
I will walk around him then.
Fine, I'll use my fucking legs, assholes.
I won't be as cool, okay? God.
You guys suck.
Westy keeps us straight.
Yeah, I totally forgot I can't shadow step.
That was actually me.
Shadows.
That was Grelix. I'm
Oh,
the
never
asshole
mind,
that's the rules
Grelix.
lawyer once in a while.
Once in a while.
First
Hey,
hit,
you.
stunning strike.
Dude, what's going on with this thing? Yeah. Okay, that is a hit.
Yeah, stunning strike.
I got a 22.
Oh, that passes. Second hit.
That does take the damage. That's a hit.
And then 2 more for flurry of blows.
Oof. Alright. That is a miss. Armor class is a 20 with its full plate that it's rocking. And let's see, 12, 21.
And on that last hit, I'm going to go ahead and stunning strike again.
Uh, 16 on its con.
I believe he's stunned. Yeah, my stunning strike I think is 18. Is the save.
Is it now?
Yeah, because it's the proficiency. It's 10 plus proficiency plus my wisdom. So that's 10 plus 4
8
plus 4.
plus proficiency plus wisdom.
Oh, it's 8 plus, so it's 16 then.
Woof! Made it right on the money. Alrighty then. Do we got Tassara's turn up next then?
Yeah, I have a question. So I have Conjure Barrage. If I use that, it's a 60-foot cone. If I use it, does it hit everybody in that 60-foot cone, or just the people we're fighting?
It probably hits everybody. Yep, each creature. Sometimes it'll specify in the spell that you can that you can choose. Other times you might have an effect granted by your character's class or a magic item that allows you to kind of be more selective, but at its basic, usually they're going to just affect everybody.
Okay, cool.
Do it. Do it.
Stop it! I'm trying to take a toke here.
And if I use my Firebolt spell, that only goes directly to this guy, right?
I do believe so. I think it's a firebolt, a single target.
Okay, cool. I just didn't want to like unintentionally kill somebody.
Just
Ah!
Just incinerate the room. I don't think a 10 is going to hit anybody. You hurl a mote of fire. You could spend, I think, your only inspiration to make that miss a hit.
I don't know. I feel like I need to hang on to it.
Plan.
Right, that's it for me.
Okay, we'll send it over to Tariq's turn.
So did this guy like say anything, or he just like came into the hallway, saw us, and charged?
That's exactly what happened. The only noise he's making is the noise of combat, like not even any exhortations of like he just kind of appears almost automated.
And you said he's like shining.
Correct. His weapons are both creating a massive glow in the room.
Alrighty. Probably not, but is he undead?
He is not.
We don't know. We're trees.
I didn't ask you, tree. Alright, so I don't get the extra undead damage. Alright.
Here comes the...
What the fuck is that?
Well, good thing for flank. Thunder, yeah. Nothing one way or the other on Thunder, so we'll take all 17 of that. Okie dokie.
Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while?
Yeah, you want to? Shit, I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna have to work on that attack block. It's not quite set up right. That damage is if he moves.
Gotcha.
So there's a different. I have to roll an actual like attack. Well, the attack is the attack. So I hit him with the sword, and he'll take another 2d8 sonic, and then if he moves, he takes that 3d8 sonic. It's weird.
Gotcha.
I just remove the attack block from Booming Blade and only use it for damage when he actually moves, and then roll my normal damage on my normal weapon.
Yeah, I'll have to put together something better than that. But I'll roll my attack and add 2d8 to it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the initial damage, and if he happens to move, he'll take the other one.
Okay. One second here.
Do it.
But that'll be all of my turn.
Alrighty. Just need to check this thing's stuff.
Is no one talking, or did I lose connection or something?
Nope.
Nobody's talking. It's very quiet.
Ah, okay. I'm like, what the hell?
Radio silence.
I thought I said, hold on a minute.
You did. You did.
Justin.
They were holding on.
Justin, roll percentile.
I was just thinking I needed that Earthworm Jim sound. Sweet. Okay.
God damn it, why is everything the DM's choice? I'm having us fucking roll so that I don't have to choose anything. Alright, Justin. Minor beneficial property. While you are attuned, you cannot be charmed or frightened.
Nice.
And let's get a second roll here. Oh, don't do this to me again.
Do it.
This thing. Go ahead with the second roll there when you're ready. Okay then, roll a die 6. While attuned to the artifact, your dexterity score increases by 2, up to a maximum of 24.
Totally makes me think of Willy Wonka. 2? I can't divide by 2.
And let's roll again here, Justin, for the detrimental side of the weapon. Oh boy. Not good. While you are attuned to the artifact, animals within 30 feet of you are hostile to you.
Whoa. Glad I didn't pick that up.
Does that include phantom steeds?
It certainly could. If they classify as animal or beast. And one more time to see what the potential worst part of this weapon is. Oh dear God. Okay, roll 3 die 10.
Justin is really good at getting the worst part of a lot of these things.
Okay, each time you become attuned to the artifact, you age 3 die 10 years. You must succeed on a DC 10 con save or die from the shock.
Whoa.
So let's see if this sword is going to
sucks.
exact its toll on you right now at the worst possible moment.
I feel like you got tricked.
I told everyone it was a nasty, evil sword.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to fail that, so he is not instantly dead, but the aging effect is irreversible. So hopefully you don't age out. Otherwise, the
That just means I attune to it once and never
again.
unattune to it.
Yeah, why would you? Unless
If you get that option.
Yeah. It does speak, read, and understand common, so occasionally you all might hear this sword talk.
I need to hear the sword talk.
It did.
Yes, that would be off.
It did speak earlier in response to Justin. It was basically just the law between the two of us is deep. I think is effectively what it came out like. Because Justin was asking if Aiji Aureli had any attachment to the history of Vecna. Okay,
I'm in danger.
so that's what we got there. We got a couple successful strikes, nothing extra beyond that from the sword's abilities. So, end of turn?
Yeah.
Alright, let's bring Chad into the mix here.
All right. Well, I've got a couple of allies there, so I'm going to go ahead and just shoot my bow twice. I've got one ally at least 5 feet away, so that will be a sneak attack if I hit.
Yes, indeed. That is
Sweet.
2 for 2.
And I will, in that first one, throw in a superiority die to do a distracting strike. It'll be 14 with the sneak attack on the first, plus another 5, so 19 total.
That's what I got. Okay.
Plus 6 more from my superiority die, and the next attack against that guy is at advantage.
Pretty cool.
From anybody other than me before my next turn.
Gotcha. Alright. End of turn there?
I believe so.
Sounds good. Yeah, this thing has already taken a huge chunk of hit points, and got 2 heavy damage dealers coming up here. So, first up, Asilatem.
Yep, we'll just go ahead and launch a cantrip at this guy. 31 to hit.
Immune to lightning!
Oh, damn. That's a bummer.
It sure is.
Okay.
Well, we found one of its immunity thingies. Wadib!
I think this dungeon and its denizens were specifically designed to say, fuck you, Asilatem.
Yeah. So many lightning immunity things. Like,
Unfortunately, that was the one attack that got the advantage.
oh.
And he rolled a 32 and 31.
31 and a 30. What's the actual?
19, 18.
18, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Staff boost the attack roll a little. So that'll be my turn.
All right, let's bring it over to Twinkleberry's turn.
All right, I move up here. I reduce my altitude so I can get within 10 feet to be able to use my whip's reach. I have advantage on it because there's a guy right over there, and I get sneak attack because of all that other fun stuff.
That's what it looks like to me.
I also cast Booming Blade, but that doesn't do anything because they don't stack. So basically, Tariq's would be the Booming Blade that goes off if he decides to move.
Alrighty. Well, this thing is sufficiently beat to shit and back.
Yep, and that will end my turn.
Alrighty. Hi! Alright, so we have a bit of a different one of these things, yet similar enough. A bit of a different appearance, however. This one is... not really anything extra I can read about them. It does appear to have responded directly to Twinkleberry rolling his 8th natural 20 out of the last 9 rolls, however. So...
Shh. I found a way to hack this
No,
system.
I've noticed every time that you get into flank position, there's a natural 20 waiting. So, yeah, it's getting a little annoying. Okay. It's gonna stab out twice and then haste action for a 3rd attack. All on Twinkleberry. It will retort your natural 20 with a natural 20 of its own. It's also going to hit a 23 armor class, and then its last strike is just a flat miss. So the crit strike will do 18 piercing, the longsword slash will do 12 piercing, or 12 slashing I should say. 30 points of damage total.
I can use my reaction to shield you for one of those. For the 18 if you want.
Okay.
A con save, please.
I'm also going to use my Uncanny Dodge to reduce the other one by half.
Sure.
And that's what I did, by the way. My projected ward.
Alright.
Do I have an inspiration? Yeah, I have an inspiration on my sheet, so I'm going to use that to re-roll.
Okay. Okay. Likewise, you avoid the effect that this thing might otherwise do, so we'll move it on to Yordle.
What is it? Okay, so...
If it's... I'm sorry, what?
Okay, so I took 0 damage from the 18 points. I take half from the 12, so I took 6 total. Is that correct?
That sounds about what I'm good for today. Yeah.
Okay, I'm set.
Sounds good.
That's you. The only way to get up this is to run around and use the falling railing, correct? Because Yordle's not up on that platform.
Correct. Or he could roll in acrobatics or athletics to like scale the side of it.
All right, he's just gonna walk over here, and then firebolt the one that's being attacked already by Theron.
Okay. That's a no-go there. AC is 20 with a little extra bonus from haste, so...
He misses.
Yep, no good there. Well, I think that will send it over to Arm Ripper's here turn. And let's roll some athletics or something, unless he just has a standing 20-foot jump by default here, as we are stepping
I have a
onto
broom
the
of
platform.
flying.
That will suffice. Always good to preface those, because I certainly do not know what any of you guys have as far as magic items, at least in totality.
Excuse me. I fly over on my broom.
And is it this guy out in the open getting it? Alright, it looks like it.
Yes.
Oh, no nat 20 there. Sheet.
No rage damage unless you raged as well.
Who'd we lose?
At 11 level, at level 11, I have some new rage ability that's like permanent rage-ish.
You still have to rage initially.
Post
and then
it up.
Oh, never mind. Relentless. I thought permanent sounded cooler.
Alright, so it's the choice between bonus action to activate rage and get that extra damage, or bonus action to bite and miss the attack.
I will choose the first one, please.
Okay.
Rage.
Okay, so it will take some damage. Decent amount, no doubt.
Yeah, I selected rage on my token, but I should have said it out loud. My bad.
Oh, good. Stuff like that you can always kind of add into the context of the turn. And of course I rage in the middle of it, like, but the movement is I guess a little more pertinent in this case, because I was like, whoa!
I would
got
like
some
to
hops.
rage.
Real pissed off because I have a broom between my legs.
This is the least manly thing I've ever done, but damn it, it's effective. Okay. Sure.
And is that flanking advantage too, or no?
This
You
one,
can move
negative.
into it, but
It's kind of irrelevant either way,
Yeah.
too, because it's not going to make the miss a hit because the miss didn't exist and both of the hits already hit. Rage is a bonus. Yes, throw me a freaking bonus. Okay, let's just see about this. We're going to bring in another one here. This one a bit darker. Actually, might be cool for Mythwolf, considering he brings a little bit of a shadowy aura with him, but considering that Mr. I've got the fucking sun in my hand is right on the other side of him, it's still kind of irrelevant.
So you're saying it's like dim light?
Yeah, maybe in certain areas. I kind of thinking, like, since it's so close to it, it's probably more light than anything, but I don't know. It is likewise going to take a pair of attacks and a hasted attack thereafter, and miss. And oh no, it's got flanking advantage on this. Okay, it's actually going to hit on all three if your armor class is indeed a 20.
It is.
Okay, so it piercing, slashing, piercing, combined total of damage is 26. And that will prompt a Constitution saving throw.
Well, would the first one hit because he has disadvantage within 5 feet? Well, I guess he could stab him as he comes up.
That's kind of how I figure those are with
Yeah.
the lance.
Stabbing him twice outside of the 5-foot range, and
Exactly.
but the first one would miss then still, wouldn't it?
Well, he does
Because
still
he's
have
just
flank
20.
advantage. Because he's
Oh,
got
yeah,
reach
yeah.
plus flank advantage.
Yep, his reach would,
Yeah. The con save is no good there. Did you want to burn an inspo?
Nope, I don't have any left.
You get one at the start of every session, don't forget.
Oh, then I have one left.
Tier 3.
Yes, sir.
Tier 2, actually. But
Yeah, tier 2 gets the stacking, or gets one every session.
Then I will use it.
Alrighty, well that's going to stave off that effect. And send us to the end of the initiative as well. And seems like at this point we will put a postmark on, or put a bookmark in this. Until 2 weeks out. Next Tuesday we have Justin again running against the Serpents. Woohoo! Yeah! And this week, some other stuff going on as well. Yeah, thank you so much for finding the YouTube channel there, Sarge. That's where everything is. Everything I've streamed here over the past 2 years plus. It all makes its way there. That's the vault, as it were. Thank you all so much for tonight. Good.
Before we end, do you want to capture that? Go back to that screen to capture initiative.
I think I can. There.
Or there we go, right there.
Just pop that back up. I guess all I was gonna say is good session. I guess I just wish I had had a little more success on the dice rolls, because it can be therapeutic to see the clicky clacks go your way and not be stymied at every turn. So it's just it's how it goes sometimes when you're playing these games, though. Like the dice giveth, the dice taketh away, and tonight the dice were what they were. But we are coming back tomorrow. I missed last Wednesday due to some technical issues that seem to be resolved. Hell, we streamed tonight, so seems like everything is fixed in that respect. So Wednesday is coming back tomorrow. Enemir is on a continued hiatus, unfortunately, due to a multitude of things all kind of converging at the same time. So I don't know what's going to happen with Enemir with Friday nights going forward. Stay tuned for that. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sundays are still going strong. We got solid parties of players, and Sunday this week we will certainly be back with another round of, I think this Sunday is G3, G4, so we will get to see a little bit, hopefully continuation tied into what we were doing here tonight, but on the opposite side of the time schism.
Hurry up and destroy that phylactery.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you there, Chris Eagle. I know you're kind of coming in at an interesting time here to the table as well, so hope you're enjoying yourself as well. I know it's like I said, it's interesting, but we're still having some fun here at the tabletops for sure.
I'm enjoying getting to know Chad.
For sure. And yeah, next time around, not next Tuesday, but 2 Tuesdays out, we should see a significant development in this plot here. Yeah, it's what I'm planning on here coming up next. Hopefully, we will cross that threshold at last. 2 Tuesdays out from now. In the meantime, hope you all have a great rest of your week. I know it's still early in the week, but we'll be back tomorrow, and then otherwise catch you over this weekend, friends. We will see you around. Are you with us?
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow night.
Bye-bye.
All right, all.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun tonight. Good night, guys.